Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Life Paranormal Research Podcast. I'm your host, Russell Reynolds. My guests tonight are fellow paranormal investigators out of the Midwest and good friends of ours. Please welcome our guests at this time, L&M Paranormal.
Hey!
Hey, guys. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. So tell my audience a little bit about yourselves and how L&M got started.
Well, that's kind of a big story. Well, I'm Mike. This is my wife, Leah. We're a husband and wife couple out of Abilene, Kansas. We have been doing this for a little over a year now. Well, like most people, we've always been fascinated with paranormal. We always watched Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, all the paranormal shows. Funny story, we actually had ghost hunters come to our house when we lived in North Carolina, and they did an investigation at our house for a TV for one of their shows. That was kind of neat. But in 2021, we had just moved into this house, and we've been here for maybe 3 months.
2 months.
2 months. And Leah had a medical emergency. She went to the hospital, and when she was there, she actually died twice, clinically dead, both for a combined time of 14 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
I'm here to correct him.
Yeah, she's going to correct me. She spent 6 months in the hospital and the next 9 months recovering at home. And when she was able to talk again, she started. Her first question to me was, "Did I die?" And I had to answer yes. It was the truth. So she had a near-death experience, which I'll let her explain because she can tell it way better than I can. You want to go ahead and tell that, or you want me to finish our story first?
Go ahead and finish the story.
After she recovered, we kind of, it takes an event like that to kind of slap you in the face to say, life is short, have fun, and go out there and make an adventure now, right? So we decided to sign up for one of those big ghost hunts at a Missouri State Penitentiary. We went there, and I've seen way too many scary movies, so I had my backpack, and I had 13 flashlights in there.
That's the truth.
Because what's the first thing that always fails in a scary movie? It's the flashlight, right? Not this guy. I'm not going to be stuck without a flashlight. So we're going through the place, and they take you to a station, and they teach you how to do this, that, or the other. And this is also my first experience. So they take us down to 3D, which everybody knows 3D. That's where even the staff calls it the paranormal. We're downstairs, and what they wanted to do there was shut all the lights off and just kind of feel the environment.
Which is my favorite. I like doing that.
So we walk in there, and I've got my flashlight. I'm holding it to my chest just in case. I'm holding on to Leah's hand. She's in the middle of the cell, and I'm at the doorway. So behind me, I've got the wall. Right in front of me, I've got the opening of the cell. And then I feel a hand on my butt. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a second. I know my surroundings. It's pitch black, but I know my surroundings. The guide said, is anybody feeling anything? And I said, yeah, I'm getting my butt grabbed. And as soon as I said that, this cold whirlwind just washed over me. I was like, okay, I'm going to step out of the cell right now. And after that, we were hooked after that. Yeah. So we did some other paranormal stuff around, and then we decided that we're going to, this is something that her and I want to do. We want to do residential cases to help people and just kind of have fun and go on and see some of these historic sites document it, investigate them, have fun. Our real passion though is helping, is doing residential cases. That's what we want to do, and
Awesome.
we've done a handful of them, and with good success, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of our big story in a nutshell right there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we've done Missouri State Penitentiary as well. We did the overnight investigation, and we actually had a fellow investigator get grabbed in the old cell housing right near Sonny Liston's cell.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That place is, we've been there twice now, and it's just a different experience every time. But I can say that it's weird when we were out in the courtyard part, we were taking the tour, and it was almost peaceful out there. It was just dead quiet and relaxing. And I don't know if that, but you felt like they were watching you, like they were ready for the party to start, the sun to go
Right.
down, and let's do this. That's what I felt.
Did you guys hear when you guys went down to the dungeon cells? Did you guys ever hear a woman down there say hello?
I think the second time we went there, we did. I think so because I thought we caught it on our camera.
Actually, we caught an EVP that said, gosh, what is the guy that wrote the book?
The
Um,
firebug?
yes,
Firebug, yeah.
and that's what we caught was his voice. That sounded like
Was it?
a
Okay.
male. It
I
wasn't
remember
a
we caught an
female.
EVP.
And I think he said firebug or fire something. You could hear
Yeah.
fire, but
Mm.
what he said exactly, I'm not sure. But it just made me think of him.
The second time we went there was a complete different experience than the first time. It was only 9 of us, maybe 10 of us,
Mm-hmm.
so we were all spread out pretty good. And down in the dungeons was probably the most intense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that we caught a ton of evidence, but there was the feeling that was down there that was probably the biggest.
And shadows, like you're chasing a shadow. You see
Yeah.
it, you try
Mhm.
to get it, catch it, and it's not there. And then you turn around and there's another shadow, and you follow that one.
And
So.
then we went to the second floor of cell block A, and we got a lot of our lights and stuff were turning on. But then once we went to the other buildings, it was just kind of like, no, not tonight. We're not feeling it tonight.
Yeah.
So it's, that's how it goes though. Not every time you go out, you got to catch stuff. So
Oh yeah, exactly. They don't work on cue. It depends on how much energy they get.
yeah, that's why I think going there with that big ghost hunting group was what 150 people. I mean, there was energy for days to feed off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when there's 10 people, then they're like, I don't care how much money you spent. I'm not feeling it tonight.
Yeah.
We were up on the catwalks in Solitary, and I think it's cell housing 3, and we were walking the second floor catwalk, and the cell doors in front of us, you can hear them slamming, but they weren't moving.
Oh wow, that residual
Yeah.
noise. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, walking up on those catwalks is just a crazy feeling. Just being
Yeah.
up there. Every cell cell that you walk past, you kind of feel like there's somebody sitting there just standing in the cell watching you walk by.
Yeah, that's where I went, and I would test my medium skills, or I'd like walk past the cell, and if I felt like, whoa, there's somebody there, hello, that's where I'd put a cat ball or a flashlight, and then we walked to the other side, and then you played Johnny
cell block
Cash.
A,
Yeah, in cell block A, we played Johnny Cash, and right where I put the flashlight and the cat ball, it was going off, and it was going to the beat of the music. It was,
yeah. Flashlight was flickering to the beat of the music. It was pretty neat.
neat. That was cool. They like that.
Yeah,
I
we
tried
tried.
to put it on YouTube, but because I was playing Johnny Cash, it wouldn't let me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the copyrights.
yeah.
Yeah, we tried the women's cell housing playing music up there, but it's something when men go up there, they do not respond.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would agree because she talked, there's a lady in a cell, and she talked to me, and then she talked to our friend.
Yeah.
But did not interact with you. There was a guard that came by, and he he yelled like, "What are you doing here?
Yeah,
Lights
he told
out."
us to leave.
And we did catch like audible, you can hear it with your ears, a whistle in the women's ward. So that was pretty cool.
Probably the coolest piece of evidence that we got while we were in the women's ward, we were in the shower downstairs, and we heard a whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And then on camera, you hear something hit the camera, and it shakes just a little bit, and then an orb shoots right past it.
Yeah.
So that something ran by and hit the camera. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, I was sitting there reviewing evidence, and you kind of like staring at the same thing, and then all of a sudden, in my ears, I was like, "Boom!" And I look up, and it's the camera shaking, and then you see it run past. That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we caught a woman as soon as we started off in them dungeon cells. We caught the woman say hello, and I sent investigator to go take a look and see if maybe a woman came up in the cell housing. 'Cause we had another team with us too, and they had female in the group. It was nobody.
wow, I love that when it's so loud like that, like Malvern Manor when
Oh,
you
yeah.
caught Henry's voice,
Yeah.
or who we think is Henry.
In Hank's room in Malvern Manor,
Mm-hmm.
we were doing it wasn't even just an EVP. It was just kind of in Hank's room, just and hanging out in there, talking to him.
Yeah, he was turning the flashlight on and off, like on cue, answering every question.
Yeah, and then he shot our K2 all the way to red, and it was just steady for I don't know 10, 15 minutes, just never wavered. It went to red, and then stayed right there at orange.
Yeah, we reset it and everything, and it went right back up there.
So then we're talking to him, and then on camera, I thought I heard somebody downstairs because we were there with another team. They were downstairs, down in the the opposite end where the tall dark shadows at.
Mhm.
So I thought I heard somebody downstairs, and then as soon as I said Hank or Henry, I said Henry, and then in that same breath, you heard somebody just what, it was just crazy because it was so loud, so pronounced. You would think there was somebody else in the room, but it was
You couldn't see him anyway.
Yeah, there was nobody in the room that you could see. It was really neat.
So, death row, when we were there, we were sitting in the bottom floor cell house, and right where that inmate had gotten stabbed in front of the guard, we had the REM pod sitting out there, and it would not stop.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, that was where we went at the end of the night.
Yeah, all of our equipment all the batteries started to die on us.
Yeah, and he was there. He was talking. I don't know if it's like it was intelligent or if it was like just him replaying it, because he just kept talking about that they're coming to get him, they're coming in, and I'm gonna die. Or it felt really intense. His energy there, that was crazy. If we would have went there at the beginning of the night, I wonder if it would have been different. Like
Maybe we'll have to go back.
We'll have to go back.
Yeah, we're planning a trip this summer back there too. Also,
Cool.
Yeah, that's one of those places you can't just do once or twice.
Yeah.
10 times.
Well, I can tell you have you guys been up to the museum up there?
No.
We have been meaning to.
Every time we go up there, we make it a plan, but haven't had it yet.
I'll warn you, that museum is haunted.
I've heard that. That'd be really neat to go and check that out, investigate that.
My father, we were there, and we walked in. They got a mannequin of a guard standing there, and he went up there and shook his hand. Well, he didn't know it. Right after we had left, like someone had taken their fingers and went like this on his arm and grabbed him by the arm.
Oh, wow.
And I captured the picture of Bob Bordello, the Kansas City butcher, out of there.
Really?
Wow. I didn't know that.
That the museum, that's the old warden's house right across the street, right? Okay. Yep. Just making sure I'm thinking of the same place.
And I was able to find a comparison online from his mugshot picture, and was able to compare it side by side. Mm-hmm. And showed the tour guide Jenny. He was working in the museum that day, and he says, "That's Bob Stella."
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love getting evidence like that.
Yeah, and he was housed there. He died of a heart attack. He swore the guards weren't giving him his heart medication.
Oof.
Oh man.
So
Yeah, well, I'd like to go and check out that museum.
Mhm.
That's when you go spend 3 days there in St. Joe. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. For sure.
Have you guys done Glore Psychiatric?
no, I think that's going to be on our list for next year.
This year filled up
This year filled up pretty quick for us, and it's kind of how the way it goes. You start off with a plan, and then next weekend it's completely different, and now your year's plan filled up.
Yeah.
So
Right. Does it seem like it picks up for you guys like towards spring here?
definitely,
Mhm.
yeah, September through the end of November is just it's ridiculous.
Well, this year it's now till December, like ridiculous, but it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like to be busy. I
Right.
get pretty restless when there's nothing to investigate or nothing to review. So yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good year. A few dream locations that we get to go to.
Yeah, we
Bucket
got one
list.
one bucket list place that we're going to go do this year, and we're pretty excited about that.
Oh, yeah?
And,
Have you guys done Waverly?
that's our bucket
That's the
list this
bucket
year.
list location.
We just got asked to go with some other people a couple of days ago.
Mhm.
I mean, how do you say no to that? You can't.
You're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, you're gonna have to tell some stories. So where are the hot spots and where am I supposed to put my DVR cameras?
fourth floor surgery room is one of the hot spots.
Yeah, that's what we've heard.
The morgue, the body chute, their first floor lobby is another good hot spot. 502, we didn't capture anything. We tried to recreate the light trick with flashlights, and we didn't capture nothing out of there. But
Correct me if I'm wrong, but 502, that's where the nurse hung herself, right? Okay, that's so.
and then the sister's room, I captured the EVP out of there. But they like music when you play music for them.
Okay.
Any
So
particular kind?
she likes country music, like
Okay.
the older style country music.
Mm-hmm.
When she had tuberculosis and her other sister beat it, the other sister would send her music and play music for her.
Huh.
And
That makes sense. Yeah. Wow.
shoot, they got those Waverly Hills challenges too.
Say that again.
The Waverly Hills challenge.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
You have to do the body shoot at 3 a.m. All
Oh,
the way to the bottom.
Okay, why 3 a.m.? Just the witching hour?
Yep, it's more active at 3 a.m. in the body shoot.
I'm game. Let's
Sounds
go.
like a plan to me.
The morgue's the other Waverly Hills challenge. You have to lay on the slab for like 15 minutes by yourself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I'll do that.
I got a line.
I'll do that. And then you can do the body shoot.
Yeah.
You're not going to do the body shoot. I'm going to have to go.
Well, he didn't say you had to do the body shoot by yourself.
Yes, he did.
You don't have to do it by yourself. You both can do it.
See?
Why would you say
But
that?
the morgue you have to do by yourself.
Yeah, have fun with that one.
Okay. Stay tuned, folks. That will be coming soon.
There is a man on the first floor. I will warn you. He is not very friendly.
Yeah.
He doesn't like women. He will cuss at you. We had another team with us. They invited us to go out, and we were down there, and we were all sitting around the table. We had a K2 meter, millimeter with REM pod, another K2 meter, and we were letting the guy ask questions. Well, it was coming across the spirit box at us. Called the one guy an asshole. Called the one woman a dumb bitch.
Wow.
Then it came to me, and they said, one of my members asked, "You like Russell?" No, he's an asshole.
He's a friendly guy, man.
Did you ever figure out who this guy is?
He was one of the guys that died from tuberculosis there. He wasn't friendly when he was alive either.
Yeah. That is a good question. Did you see that? Why
Yeah.
would you go back to the The body, I don't know.
I guess your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Well, remember on the documentary they were talking about it was used. It wasn't just the body shoot. Didn't they take supplies?
Yeah, that's why they brought in supplies, and that's why they would come into work in the wintertime because it was.
So maybe that's what they're doing. So
They actually got the old rail system where they used to just take the bodies on a gurney and just send them down the ramp.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
And the old lanterns are still hanging on the ceiling too, down there.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about that. That's everybody's bucket list place right there, Waverly Hills. And
what about shadow people? Did you get any of the shadow people? I know there's like
I saw the creeper. He's a black shadow figure.
He's the one that's like, yeah, ooh.
He goes across the floor and the walls and ceiling. My buddy said that his theory on him when Vince was the tour guide there that it was a man. He used to go to the maintenance area every week to get his wheelchair oiled, and he went down there one day and nobody was down there, and he was wheeling around looking for somebody, and he face planted off the loading dock onto the pavement.
Mm.
So they think that may be the creeper because he was paralyzed. So that's all he could do when he was alive was crawl. So
would make sense.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to look for that too.
I'm excited about setting up equipment there, and I don't know.
It's gonna be like paranormal Disneyland, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suggest if you do 2 nights.
2 nights?
Yeah, because it's hard to cover that whole place in just 1 night.
Yeah, and we're making a list now of the hot spots because we're only going to be able to do 1 night right this time. So we're trying to make a list of the big spots to go to, and
yeah. Are you reading the comment?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it. With it being a body chute, could it possibly be the only place the spirits know of, meaning they are trapped there, maybe attached to the chute? It's a good theory.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a picture of a big black mass coming down at us, filled up the whole body chute. And we heard the gate up top slam when we were all the way at the bottom, and I yelled hello, figuring the other team was playing a joke on us or something. There was nobody there.
Huh. Well, what did they say? 60,000 died at that hospital, so I'm sure you got all kinds of.
Yeah, and there was mass people dying in a high rate, like every hour.
Mm-hmm. The first year, there was 20,000 people died, I believe.
I can't.
Yeah, it was first year or two. It was 20,000 people. That's just
my brain
can't fathom that number.
Yeah,
If you're up for a little experiment, if one of you were a daredevil enough, when you go to the 4th floor surgery room, lay on the metal table, get wheeled under the light, and play like you're sick. Start coughing, and then the other person starts screaming for a doctor. You will stir up something. We did that, and I had heard a noise, and our motion light we had in the doorway had kicked on. So I went to sit up, and I couldn't move. I couldn't move my legs, my arms. Felt like something was just pushing down on my chest, like I was being restrained to the table, like they were trying to do surgery on me.
Whoa.
And then we
heard
2 loud screams in the hallway that were female. So I had my one member text that other team to find out where they are. They're up on the 5th floor, opposite side of the building, up on the roof doing an Estes method.
That gives me chills. Like I've got goosebumps. That's wild.
So it sounds like a lot of the places there, if you go and recreate the environment, you're going to get some activity.
Wow.
Yep. And then we were walking back. Another personal experience we had. We were walking back because you can only investigate till 4 in the morning. So we were walking back on the 4th floor. This figure, about maybe 5 foot tall, comes running at us straight down the hallway and runs in between us, and then just disappears.
Wow.
Now, what is when something like that happens? What is your reaction? What did did you scream?
Me,
Did you run? Did you
no, I
freeze?
didn't scream. I was like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah, that's because it probably happened so fast. Your
Yeah,
mind's catching up
it
with
was
what
quick.
just happened.
The other team come in behind us, and I asked them, I said, "Did you see a white figure come down at you?" They never saw it.
Yeah. Wow.
Has spirits changed any of your opinions about their world?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll let you answer that one if you want.
Well, you answer it first, then I will.
Growing up, we grew up in a Christian household where it was heaven or hell. When you died, you went to heaven or hell. And after our experiences with Leah's near death experience and then getting into paranormal investigation, just doing all the research and everything that encompasses it, that has most definitely changed our opinion. Um, there's still a heaven and a hell. There's still a devil. There's still God and Jesus. And we are a Christian team. And we take that with us everywhere we go. That's how we investigate. That's the base. That's the foundation of our our family and our life, but also our paranormal team, which is just two of us. Um, but we've come to believe that there's a lot more depth to it than just black and white. When you die, it's not just automatically heaven or hell. There's a lot more to it. And
Yeah, after I died and everything, it kind of, I would say, woke up the being able to talk to dead people. Like, I think it was always there, and this was kind of my push into it. And I, I've spent the last year and a half, 2 years, whatever has been,
yeah.
trying to wrap my head around it. Because when you grow up thinking ghosts don't exist, is what my mom always told me. And then, what else? You can't talk to dead people. It's evil. You know that. I'm sure you've heard that whole typical thing. But giving readings to people and actually making connection with their loved one to them, there's no way I'm talking to something evil. It's not. It's just it's not, because I can see them, I can hear them, I can feel them, and then going to all those haunted locations and experiencing all that. I mean, what changed me? My own near death experience, going through all that. So, yeah, definitely. That's why we're here.
You find
Good
in a
question.
lot of your residential cases that find a lot of people with psychological issues and
Psychological slash drug use, whether current or former. Um, yeah, that's come up quite a bit, and have to address it. You have to ask those questions before we go to any residential case. There's a series of interviews, phone interviews, that take place before we even step foot inside the house. And a lot of the questions that we have to ask are very personal and, not fun to ask, not fun to answer, but they have to be. If you're going to do a serious investigation, you have to ask the hard questions.
yep.
And you have to be willing to tell them, say, hey, listen, I don't think this is paranormal. I think what X, Y, and Z, and
And then we help them by giving them things to try before we get there to see if that'll help.
yeah.
And if they would feel much better if we come in and document whether there's activity or not, then we'll absolutely do that. But we try not to rush right into it. Let's set up our equipment and investigate. So you kind of feel like a paranormal therapist. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be kind of psychologist in this field too to deal with a lot of that.
Yeah.
We come across quite a bit.
Have we studied parapsychology? And if so, who did you work with and learn from? No,
Nope.
haven't really done any studying of parapsychology. We've done a lot of studying of, I just lost my thought with Father Torres and the religious side of it.
The spiritual side.
Yeah, spiritual side.
Yeah, religious side. No, haven't done parapsychology.
Yeah, I haven't studied that either.
Good question, though. Somebody's on there firing them off. I like that.
Yeah, it's good questions.
Very good. It makes me think. It makes me want to do better, be better, and know more.
Mariah's good at what she does.
That's awesome. Keep them coming because I need to know more.
Yeah.
and I think it should always be like that. You should always just keep bettering yourself for sure. So you can be, better for other people when you're stepping in their personal life and their house and their home and everything. You don't want to go in there and just mess it all up. We are not above saying, hey, we're going to have to consult someone else. We're going to find the help that you need if we can't give it. We're not going to just leave you, and we're not going to pretend like we know what it is if we don't, because that's the wrong thing to do. That can turn into something worse.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things in this community is being able to network. And excuse me, if you can't help somebody, reach out to somebody that can. And networking is the best way to be able to do that. You might know more about this situation than I would, so I'm going to refer this person to you so you can help them.
Right. And that's the way it should be. Not like some go in, they stir it up, and then they just leave the client with the headache.
Yeah.
We've had one of those.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's hard for them because they don't know where to turn and they don't know who to call.
Well, that was my case. Like, what was that? 12 years ago now. They're almost 13.
Yeah.
Living in that haunted house. I was pregnant. He was deployed. I had 2 other kids, and there was stuff going on that I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know who to call. And I watched Ghost Hunters, so I emailed them. There wasn't anybody you could just look up like I feel like you can now.
Back then there wasn't Facebook. You could just say paranormal team near me.
Right.
Yeah.
So she emailed them and shockingly got an email back and said, yeah, we'll come out and film an episode.
Yeah.
So I'm in Afghanistan, and imagine getting this email from your wife saying, hey, the Sci-Fi Channel is going to film an episode of Ghost Hunters at our house.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He's like, what? I'm sure. But
So,
they were awesome. They were very helpful, and it was a great experience. Good people.
And they did catch some of the claims that we were telling them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some EVPs, some of the toys in the kids' room were making sounds by themselves. Toys that weren't electric were making sounds. I'll say that. So they were able to validate a lot of our claims.
And
Actually, just talk about that. I remember that episode. I did see that episode.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh,
I tell you what, it's so weird seeing yourself on TV, and
now we're so old.
yeah.
Yeah.
The weird part is also how many times we had to film that around the table, the reveal. How many times we had to film that?
Oh, the bloopers with your shirt. They kept
they kept unbuttoning my shirt. I'm like, this is weird. So it's like unbuttoned all the way down here. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And then, like, off camera, you got people giving my kids ice cream bars and playing with them. Like, they were just a great crew.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really neat.
Awesome. Yeah, I got started with Rob Demarest from Ghost Hunters International. He helped me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's a neat guy. Cool.
Yeah, he's interesting. I call
Yeah.
him Rob Uncut.
Rob, there you go. That would make sense. He's cool. Very cool.
I got another question for you guys.
What percent of them do you find are the event? Oh man, Mariah, you're awesome. So, I would say so far, most of it is somebody's loved ones. I would say 95% of what we've done has not been the location that's haunted.
Well, are the investigators loved ones? So, like, my loved ones, if we're going and investigating, I think that's what she's asking.
Is that what you're asking? Oh, maybe. I don't know. No. Let's see.
Well, there's been quite a few times that we go to a place and somebody is trying to reach out to me.
But that's usually when we do events here at Old Abilene Town. And we'll take people around on a ghost hunt, and then his loved ones will come through. And
Or somebody I served with in the military.
Yeah, and they'll kind of interrupt it. And I'm like, okay, they want to talk to you. But at like residential cases, it's usually somebody that it's their loved one that wants to talk to them. And then they calm down and they understand who's there, but it's usually never, it's never the location that's on it. Very rarely.
Very rarely.
So far. Anyway.
That we've come in contact with. It's just making sense of what's going on at the house for these people, you know. It's not really so much of getting rid of what's in there. It's like, okay, helping them understand what it is. And once they understand what it is and who it is, it's not such a big deal after that.
We got called in for one. The guy thought there was something demonic in his house. He ran around the whole neighborhood and got a whole bunch of Bibles. So we did an investigation. Come to find out, it was his daughter-in-law's father. She had brought his personal belongings into the house when he died. And they were down in the room downstairs. So it ended up being him. We were able to capture him on our DVR camera. He would come from behind the couch. My one investigator go down there, and then when she'd leave, he'd go duck back in. He'd go back down. He'd come back out.
Wow.
Huh.
And we let his daughter watch it, and she says, "That's my dad."
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine seeing that? Wow. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally agree. Mm-hmm.
The last couple times that we've gone to McIntyre has been.
Have you ever been to McIntyre Villa?
Of course, he's been.
Yet.
No. Oh man.
It's on our list, though.
I figured as close as you guys were, that would have been an easy one. That place is crazy. It's fun.
It's like
it's
fun
just a
house.
blast.
It's like a
Just
fun house.
picture an apartment building, and every room has just got its own tenant in there.
Yeah.
And
now that place is a haunt. People like they haunt the location, and you've got passerbys that come in, and then you got people's loved ones, and there's a school across the street, and the spirit kids will come over. There's a few there that always remember because we go a lot, and they remember him.
We're actually doing our first big event there this year.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
So we go there quite a bit and help out, and they remember me because I don't like to go anywhere by myself. That's not my thing. Again, I've seen the scary movies, right?
Yep.
So when we're doing Estes, they always come on, Mike, walk down the hallway by yourself. Oh, I bet you won't do it. So they're messing with me because they know I won't do it.
Yeah, they're like, he won't do it.
He won't do it.
Well, I've done a few things by myself. A few times investigators had to work so they couldn't make it, and we got called out on emergency calls. So it's usually my dad and I go. We did one in Oklahoma, and our DVR camera sat there, and it was sitting there just flickering. And I thought maybe it was static. Kept watching it, and then this black figure appeared in the hallway. So I went back there to confront it, see what it is, and it come running straight at me.
Oof.
And it dropped down. It was maybe 5 foot, 4 foot, something like that. Ran right at my legs, and then I ended up with a scratch on my arm. 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
That's why you don't go by yourself?
That's why. That's the exact reason why right there. He just said it.
Yeah, if you're not used to it, I don't recommend it. I don't like my members going by themselves either.
Yeah.
I don't think it's safe.
It's a safety thing, and I believe in good and evil, and I'm not scared of it, but I'm not going to go and poke it,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for likes and views and all that stuff. I believe it, So I'm not everything that we're gonna do is it's gonna be real, you know.
Yeah.
That's like us. What you see is what you get.
Yeah. We get I like to make videos out of all of our locations, and it's not really I mean, so I'll put it on our YouTube channel, but it's more for just kind of
It's like a diary.
like a diary, a journal, you know. So you can go back and check out all these places. It's something fun that I found that I like to do. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought I'd like to make videos, but I do. So
Well, and then the kids can look back and be like, "Oh, mom and dad were cool at one point in their life."
I hope they use the word cool.
Oh man, I've had a cat scratch me. It was at the schoolhouse here in Abilene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, back of my leg. The cat, ghost cat. So
Old Abilene Town here is that's a unique town. Have you ever heard of Old Abilene Town? And it's again, it's another one of those places. A whole town. Nothing specifically happened in any of the buildings. You know, they're all recreation. Some of them are time period accurate, but nothing specifically happened in those buildings. But the land in which they put the buildings on was used to be the red light district there for Abilene. That's where that was the end of the Chisholm Trail, and the cowboys would go and they'd spend their money there at the red light district, right? Doing what cowboys do. So I think once they recreated the town there, they kind of gave these spirits a place to
Yep.
relive their days, and it's another place that
along
is just
with what came with the buildings that they
yeah.
put there, so it's just like a little perfect storm of
Yeah,
fun.
it's every building has got its own different little ghost, and that's a lot of fun actually. I like going there.
I've done a few private residence out in Kansas.
Oh, really? Where at?
I did one Pretty Prairie, Kansas, and next town from there. Trying to think of the name. It's a couple years ago now.
There's not a whole lot out here, is there?
No, not really. It was about a 4-hour drive.
Oof.
Yeah,
A 4-hour boring drive. There's nothing.
there's a couple of
There's some prairie grass.
There's prairie grass.
Have you investigated with them?
No.
No, but I've seen them. Remember, I think we
There's a YouTube channel.
Is that them?
I can't remember him. Maybe because I saw the video. They went to the Sally house, and I want to say they went to McIntyre too, and it was really kind of interesting. They were deaf and they were investigating. It was really really interesting watching them investigate.
I think that's neat that they can
that's
do that.
neat. I've watched a few of them.
Yeah.
There's like one guy that's on YouTube. He's actually partially blind.
Ooh.
He works with Omar Gosh once in a while.
Oh yeah, I like Omar Gosh. Yeah, I can't say it right, but I do. I like them. It is fascinating. I agree. I think it's interesting how like you can still investigate like that. Like you don't need all that because even like Estes method, you take away your sight and sounds or like you take away one and it heightens everything else. You know what I'm saying? And you can still investigate that way and still get what you need out of it.
I'll tell you a little trick with Estes method. KD Stafford taught me this. Take ping pong balls, cut them in half, put them over your eyes when you're doing the Estes method.
Okay.
Because your brain waves are used to seeing dark. This confuses your brain because all you're going to see is kind of gray. You're just going to see gray.
That would be different. We should try that. Have you done it? What was it like?
I haven't tried it yet, but I know KD's done it.
Yeah, that's cool. I never.
Well, when you do your readings, you kind of do the Estes method, but you don't do the Estes.
No,
method.
I just really need white noise is what I need. So I use the little box for white noise. I don't even pay attention to what's happening on there. It's like like Tyler Henry, he like scribbles, and that's like his zone in. And then Teresa, she talks. She's a talker, so she has like a speech before she gives a reading. Mine is putting the headphones on and I close my eyes and then like, I don't know, it's like a flip that switches on and I can see everybody. I can hear what they're saying. And I am not hearing what is on the white noise. I'm not, because it is full sentences. And if you're on an investigation and I do it, this is why I'm trying to just not do Estes method, because people are like, she's cheating. She can hear. There's no way, full sentences. And I don't blame them. I would say the same thing from an investigator's point of view. But the white noise turns that switch on for me and I can just go for it.
It's pretty fascinating.
We're going to do the ping pong balls.
We'll try the ping pong balls
and see what that does.
Yeah, Katie's pretty good at that. He's the one that invents all those spirit boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need one of those or two.
It's on our list.
It's on our list.
You'll be at the Paracon there in April that you guys are going to be at.
I'm excited to see all the booths and all the equipment and stuff that'll be there.
Mm-hmm. That'll be our first. Well, we've never done one. This is our.
Yeah, we've never done a Paracon before. We've done some vendor events, but they're fun. They're okay, but nothing strictly paranormal related. So this will be the first time, and we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. We did one for Omnia in October, and we had a lot of fun there.
Yeah,
meeting a lot of people, and
that's what I'm excited about. Just the opportunity to go and just meet all these people. Hopefully, a lot of the teams are around this area, so that way, kind of build your network around here.
I know there's a few that are going to be. There's one team that's going to be there from Texas.
Okay, that's a heck of a drive for them.
Yeah,
yeah. I met those guys they were at Metacon last summer.
Okay,
cool.
They go by their names are EVP is what their initials are.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. Okay, different way.
I need that.
Can I have be friends with you?
Sounds like you guys need to talk.
Because you're fascinating. I didn't know that. Seriously, that's cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I love white noise too. That's my jam. I don't need it when we do a walkthrough in a location. I can usually tune in pretty good, and I wonder if it's because there's not a lot of people around. Like when you do a group reading, I think my nerves get me, and then I put the white noise on, and I'm like, bam, okay, we got this.
Well, I'm starting to notice a lot of people that want to come and do an investigation here at Old Abilene Town. They want to come and just see you. So, we'll investigate a little bit, but I want to hear what she has to say. Yeah. So,
oops, my bad. And then I got worried. Maybe I'm representing Estes method the wrong way. So I'm very transparent though. I tell them, listen, this isn't Estes method. This is white noise. It looks like Estes method, but it's not.
Right.
So, because I don't want to ruin that. Investigators use that, and it's a good tool.
Yeah, it's a fantastic technique. Hey, threaten us with a good time. We would love to investigate with you.
That would be neat. Very cool. So,
yeah, you guys will enjoy that Paracon.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah, you got to be careful with Estes. I mean, I can't do it. I can't stand having the headphones on and the noise. It drives me nuts, and I can't hear anything. So I don't like to do it. I was going to say that you're really good at it, but it's,
No, it's not. I'm not doing it.
But it's a really good technique. I do like it, and I do believe a lot of people can get some good stuff out of there when done appropriately.
Well, it needs to be done appropriately, and then it has to match up with other evidence, to know that you're really talking to that spirit.
Yeah, I like to use, 2 pieces of evidence to call it evidence. You can get a K2 to go off and nothing really else happens. So it's like, okay, well, you got a K2 spike, whatever.
That could be anything.
Or you can get a REM pod to make a sound, but when you get a REM pod and a K2 together, then it's like, okay, well, that's something there,
And K2s are very hard. They give you a lot of false readings.
Yeah.
They do, and it depends on what one you get too. We've got different brands and from different places. One of them's flickering all the time over everything, it's throwing a fit, and the other one's not moving at all.
They will pick up your cell phone.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, the walkie-talkies, the cell phone, the mics, the
Yeah, we use wireless
microphones.
mics when we record, so we have to keep all that stuff away. So we put it down on a table or a counter or on the floor, and then we walk away from it. Obviously, you can't do that with the REM pod because it'll still pick up the walkie-talkie,
Yep.
50 feet away. So
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, even with the REM pods, too, I found out REM pods will pick up an iPhone.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. It did up at Old Abilene. We were like, ooh, oh, no,
Yeah.
false reading.
but
that's good.
That's part of it, figuring out, what is setting your equipment off, and
Yep.
then being able to debunk that. Because if last thing I want to do is put out evidence that's bad,
Or
Yeah,
as
keep
fobs do it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing is the DVRs. When you review DVR footage, I like doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like nobody's there, and how do you get the cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still going through evidence. Like 3 or 4 years ago from the DVR.
That's a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a location over 12 hours, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then your eyes are like, wait, did I see something? No, I've just been watching the screen too long.
Yeah.
And then you back it up and you back it up, and then you give up. And you're like, I never saw it.
Especially in movie theater, we do. I mean, there's so much activity in there. We'll do a 2-nighter in there.
Yeah, that's a lot. That'll take forever. It'll feel like forever. I know. I do the evidence review, if you haven't noticed.
I do. She does the evidence review, and I'll put it all together.
But we do review it at the end. So like I write it all down, where it's at, what I found, then we go through it together, discuss it, and decide whether we throw it out or keep it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's always good to have another set of eyes look at it too to verify it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if you get something big, then we're like sending it out to other teams, and we're like, would you look at this and tell me what you think? Because I think I caught something really cool, and then they can think of something I didn't. That's just important.
Right.
The last residential case that we did, we caught 3-4 shadow figures running through the living room at about the same time, and it all happened. I was like, did I just see what I thought I saw? So I sent it off to some other people. I said, hey, confirm or deny this, and they're like, holy crap, that's the coolest thing ever. So as I'm making the video, I would slow it down and zoom in, and that's where I was able to find out, hey, that's not just one, but that black ball is chasing another black ball at the same time that something else is coming in the doorway. So I got the permission of the resident owner to make a video so I can share it with people, and I was surprised. I thought that would freak her out, but she was really excited about that. She was like, that was that's what I'm seeing, is that right there. So she was excited to have that validated for her.
We have favorite locations. Gosh, that's a good question too.
Favorite types of locations or favorite locations in general?
Well, like historical home.
Well, prisons are always fun to go to. There's so much energy at prisons. We haven't done a theater yet.
No, we want to though.
Yeah.
Again, on the bucket list.
It's on the list.
I would say so far, Malvern Manor was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so far Malvern is our favorite.
And then Old Abilene Town, because there's just like everybody and just different spirits there all the time. But yeah.
Yeah, Old Abilene Town, that's kind of where we're starting to see that the spirits will get to know you and react with you differently. Because it's right here in our town, and we go there all the time. On an idle Saturday night, we'll say, hey, can we go get into the house? And, we'll just hang out there and investigate for a while. And they've gotten to know us, and
Yep, they remember us. And then we've gotten to know them because they like certain pieces of equipment. We have the tracer light, and there's a lady in the Merchant Hotel, and she loves that thing. It's like she's dancing on it.
Yeah.
It's like her favorite. She always responds to that.
I know my favorite was the movie theater that we do, Missouri State Penitentiary, and then Waverly Hills.
I think Waverly's gonna move up there. I'm really excited. We're gonna go to, was it Edinburgh?
Next week we're
Edinburgh
going
Manor?
to we're going on a trip up to Wisconsin. We're doing Broadhead Manor,
Oh, okay. Yep.
and then on the way back we're stopping at Edinburgh Manor with another team.
I think
And
they were on here. Spirits
Spirits
Unleashed.
Unleashed. We're gonna do
Okay.
Edinburgh Manor. Edinburgh with them, and
We're excited about that too.
yeah, the school is 60,000 square feet, so that's gonna be another
Broadhead.
one of those.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's gonna be another one of those. We're not gonna be able to hit everything, so we're gonna try to hit the hot spots.
Right.
Yeah.
A friend of mine up there, Brandon, he goes by Real Ghost Hunter 1. He's done that school with Nebraska Paranormal and a few others.
Yeah. Yeah, the owner has got a pretty cool technique with the lasers and the fog in one of the rooms, and
Okay.
we were watching it on a live, and it's really trippy because he's got the laser lights turned on. He fills the room with fog, and you could actually see. And it's, the room has got no windows in it, so there's no air movement, but you could see these shadows kind of shoot through the fog, and it's just really. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see that,
And we're gonna try to do it. I think
Yeah.
that'll be a pretty neat experiment.
Yeah,
sure.
that sounds like it'd be pretty cool. I've seen it on when Brandon was up there.
yeah.
Real Ghost Hunter 1. I've seen him. They were doing it when they were there.
Mm-hmm. What'd they think?
They thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I could sit and stare at it for a long time, trying to, I don't know.
You can
figure it
easily
out.
get into a trance and with all that. It's just kind of
You
Yeah,
think you're at a rave or something like that.
exactly, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
We've been hearing a lot of stuff about Broadhead, and
Mm-hmm.
we're getting really excited. I think it's gonna be overwhelming. The way it's been described to us is a paranormal Disneyland. So
We'll see.
yeah,
Yeah, that is a good idea. We're really excited to see what we can capture with the fog
yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
And then we have a few challenges now at Waverly. There we go. We're set. So,
Yeah, like I said, you guys will have an awesome time at Waverly. It lives up to its name, the most haunted place in America.
Oh, I bet. I'm sure.
You'll get evidence when you're doing the tours. They let you in about 7:30, and then they give you the tour before they let you go, and you'll get evidence on the tour. When we did the tour, my REM pod was going off in my hand,
oh my gosh.
millimeter. Vince and I, we were walking down the hallway, and him and I both seen this dark figure peek out around the corner. And we yelled down there, hello, figuring it was the other team because they were walking around and it wasn't them.
Are there parts of the building where there's still electricity?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was wondering about that, 'cause, plug in DVRs and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they have to have the exit lights going so you know your way out, because when you get down on the first floor, that's where they do their haunted house for Halloween.
Oh,
So
yeah. I forgot about that.
that is pitch black down there. You can't see 2 feet in front of you.
Hmm.
So you have to follow the red exit lights.
Yeah,
See where
when
you're
you're
going.
running away screaming,
When I'm running a race.
follow the exit lights.
No, I'll probably just freeze and soil myself and hope that scares the ghost off.
Take pictures of the fog. That's how the spirits.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
That is
definitely will.
but,
I'm hoping my
Definitely.
camera will
I
be able
love
to catch
pictures.
the fog with
Oh.
good quality.
Humidifiers. Oh, I got some of those. This girl, you better friend me. I'm telling you. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I love
And
stuff like that
he's
all the time.
ITC research stuff too. So
That's cool.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like going investigating with other teams is to figure out what other people are doing and
Just
learn
kind
from
of get
other
your brain
people.
going, you
Yeah.
know. Don't get stuck in doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's all got different skill sets out there and stuff we do and how we approach things.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
like learning
important.
from other people and seeing what everybody's doing and maybe something they're doing will work for you and you can show it to somebody else. So
Yep.
Well, we hit our hour mark. There's another show coming on right after me. So, how can people get a hold of you if they want to request an investigation or book you guys for an event?
reach us on Facebook and then just send us a message, L&M Paranormal. And all of our links are right there. If they want to come out to Old Abilene Town, just shoot us a message, or if they just want to sit there and chit chat about something,
Yep.
we'll chit chat with you.
Yep.
But and then you can find all of our videos and all of our investigations on YouTube with that L&M Paranormal, all the places we've been, and this year we'll have more videos coming out. Another season, we'll call it.
Yeah. So
Mariah says, "Thank you guys."
Thank you, Mariah.
thank you. Thanks for all the questions and information and everything. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And thanks for having us on. We
Yes, thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Welcome. We're gonna end the show here. Just stay on for a few minutes, and we'll get that backstage. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Catch me next week, same time, same channel. Everybody stay safe out there and stay humble.